Starscourge Radahn was extremely underwhelming after hearing so much praise from the community. I heard updates messed with the design, but after doing some research, I didn't find anything that would affect my strategy before the adjustment, other than using Torrent, which I feel is important when it comes to closing gaps and reducing RNG in this fight. Just throwing this in here, but I remember when I first saw this fight, it immediately reminded me of Homer at Clown College riding a tiny tricycle. Running up to Radahn was the worst part of the fight for me. I don't mind running back to a fog gate, however, having to either run or use Torrent just to start the fight was really boring in my opinion. This sort of reminded me of the Storm King in Demon Souls, but milder, where you must watch out for projectiles until the boss approaches. I'm not surprised that I haven't heard of anything that makes your character less visible or quieter to avoid the majority of the section. There's just too many issues for my personal interest, but I understand it's for the presentation, I suppose. The arena also reminds me of the Slave Knight Gael fight from Dark Souls 3 The Ring City DLC. My strategy was to watch for one combo in particular that allows a generous amount of iframes during animations. This is a similar strategy I have in other fights like the Vaya Gargoyle and the Death Bird. Whenever Radahn uses Cragblade on his weapons, I waited for the inevitable Starcaller Cry, which is just another one of those massive attacks to be aware of, but at least it doesn't happen randomly and is more consistent here. This strategy works all the way through the fight, and I might have been a bit overpowered in the footage, but I didn't get to display his Meteor Summon attack, which wasn't very concerning since the tale of when they're released is well telegraphed, and the Spiraling Death, which is basically a Storm Assault used by Godric the Grafted, so the iframes are very generous there as well. This fight could have been something I loved, but unfortunately it's designed around too many gimmicks for me to call it an outstanding 1 vs 1 battle. By the time of writing this review, I've defeated Radahn several times, and I never got that heart-throbbing that the other bosses have given me. Perhaps I was anticipating something more traditional than a combo mess of a ploy.